It's always a good idea to record. Always excellent. Hey guys, it's Seven here. It's HelixxVR and it's a new release show. And it's what you've been waiting all week for. You just love finding out what the new releases are. So it's a bumper week again this week with all the best virtual reality titles coming out. And we're going to start the show off today with our first game, and it is Townsman VR. Now it seems each week at the moment we're mentioning the sim type of VR games, but this one is a little different because they've raised the bar just a little bit more in the game of style and the way that it actually plays. Not only does it look beautiful in VR, but it has lots of different options as well to pick from. And you can get the villagers to assign them to jobs, get them to work really hard and in your godlike mode over the top of them, or you can go down to villager level. But it's not all sweetness, which is something nice about this game. You will find that there are dark forces lurking, ready to plunder your village. Be ready to fight them off and restore peace in your town. It's out on the Vive and the Rift, and it's a nice sit down and relaxing type of game. So let's check out some footage from it.
Good day.
Did you share to Discord? Is it Survivos? Survivos? Is that the name of the company? Yeah, Survivos. Am I on yet? Yeah, just wanted to go and rescue him from being drowned. What was it? A car? Okay. We ready? Yeah. There we go, guys. I'm really sorry I jumped in there. I see the cat being attacked and just had to jump in to try and save it. Anyway, okay, so game 2 of the week is SprintVector. The dev team Survivos are back with another really polished looking game. These are responsible for raw data in the past, and now they've got this fast, wacky and fun racing game. Up to 8 players can race to see you as the ultimate champion. It works both on Vive and Rift. This game gives your arms a great workout. For us at Helix, it is like a Marmite game. You're either going to love this game or you're going to hate it. There is no middle ground with this game. So you're either going to buy it and love it or buy it and return it. It's just, that's one of those things, okay? So if racing in VR is what you want to do, then give SprintVector a go. Let's check out some footage.
SprintVector!
Okay. So that is game number 2 of the week. Now, we were going to have number 3, but I've had to pull it because it's not been released yet. But I will just tell you before we go in to do our interview that, guys, keep an eye out for a little tiny tool coming out called Live. L-I-V, okay? If you want to make YouTube videos and mixed reality videos, just keep an eye out for it, okay? I'm not going to say anything else because hopefully it'll be released next week for next week's release show. So let's go over. I've got an interview waiting and let's go and see who we're talking to this week. Well, guys, isn't that a great start to the show? We got some good games this week. Now, obviously, it's time to speak to a dev before we get on to what you're all waiting for, Game of the Week. And this week's dev is actually last week's Game of the Week winner. So, welcome from In-Depth, those people that were watching. You know what the game is. Welcome to the show, For.
Hey, what's up? How are you, buddy?
There we go. I'm good. And congratulations on last week's win. You
Thank you.
Absolutely blew everyone at Helix away with that game, and we love playing it, so well deserving of Game of the Week.
Thank you so much. We've just been having a blast making it, and to come out of closed beta into such a good first week of early access has just been super encouraging. So we're psyched over here in Iceland working on the title and just continuing to take it forward.
Brilliant. Now, for those people that have been living under a rock or been playing VR chat too much, looking for do you know the way, would you like to tell everyone what In-Depth is about, just so those people that don't know?
Yeah, so In-Depth is a game that our studio so far has been working on for some time now. It is a first-person shooter with roguelike elements set in the godless afterlife, where you take on the role of a mysterious hero fighting his way through the realm of purgatory. It's a game that is, we think, pretty unique for a couple of reasons. Number one, we think it has really strong replay value, so it really gives you tremendous value basically for supporting the game in early access. But the thing that we found really cool about it is how we've been working on weaving the combat mechanics that are based around archery, so bow and arrow, into your locomotion system in the game. So within In-Depth, you have options of using what we call the teleport arrow, which actually is a special magical arrow that you can knock against your bow and shoot to go to any direction within the map. We have a teleport shard that you can throw with your hand to do kind of short dashes, dash backwards if you're being overwhelmed by enemies, or, do longer jumps. But then we also have optionally free movement. So you can basically combine all 3 of those movement systems into the kind of style of movement and fighting that works best for your particular approach to the game. Yeah.
And I just love the magic arrow. It's brilliant because you can get up on the roofs and you can shoot from a distance. Now, one thing that I said last week, if you guys were watching last week's show, is the thing that I really like about In-Depth is it's that the only game that I can think of recently that has got that, oh my God, I just need one more go in it.
Cool.
Yeah. And that is something, as you say, the replay value you've definitely got, because I'm like, okay, one more go. And an hour later, I'm still just one more go. Now, something else which is quite unique about the game is as you play the game, it does get harder the more you play it.
Absolutely. So that was really a key part of the design of kind of our achievement system and progression system, is that although you're playing a roguelike shooter where your run will not persist, so it's permadeath once you die, but your achievements that you've picked up along the way, those persist. So as you move into your second run, any achievements that you've unlocked in the previous run become available to you as buffs or as new types of arrow power-ups, for example, or defensive power-ups that you gain access to as you play through. But at the same time, the enemies, the NPCs, are getting harder. So the game difficulty ramps as you unlock more achievements, but also become more skillful at the game.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I found happening was the knights and the archers or the monks with their bows and arrows, they became a lot harder, and there was more zombies, and there was just, it just got harder and harder the more I played it, and the more I wanted just one more go, the quicker I was dying because I was the game, as I say, ramps up. Now, I think I'm right in saying that this is one of the first, if not the first, free movement bow and arrow games. I can't. We were speaking off camera, and I can't think of any others that have got this whole free movement that you put into this world. Was it something that you were definitely striving for from the beginning?
Well, I mean, when we started prototyping the game originally, we really wanted to find a way of dealing with one of the kind of, you know, elephants in the room when it comes to VR gaming, which is just smooth movement within the game world in an environment where the locomotion doesn't feel like an artificial UI that you're layering on top of the core game experience. And so obviously free movement is the obvious one where you're using the touchpad or the joystick to do free movement and so on. But obviously that doesn't work for everyone. People suffer from simulation sickness. They feel uncomfortable using that type of method. So you have to come up with some type of locomotion mechanic. And, you know, we'd obviously worked with teleport in previous projects that we did, like HelixxVR. But for this project, we kind of had this aha moment where we realized that if we actually completely married the combat stance of you pulling the bow and pulling the arrow against the bow, and then simply allow you to very quickly switch into a teleport arrow, you can maintain your targeting and combat stance as you're moving around. And that was the kind of the key thing that really nailed it for us. And then we added the teleport shard afterwards. So if you're getting overwhelmed, you can throw the shard behind you, dash it back. And then you kind of layer free movement onto that for people that dig that. Then you have that as an option as well. So that was kind of a key thing for us. We felt that, you know, VR is about removing limitations, and, you know, locomotion has been seen as somewhat of a limitation in game design in VR. And we just felt that, you know, screw that. We must be able to come up with some way where it feels natural and it feels like something that you can only do in VR.
Definitely. Now, the graphics in this game are fantastic, guys. I mean, look, we're in the game at the moment. There's beautiful castle walls, the cathedral. It's just fantastic. Obviously, it's still in early access. It just came out last week. It's in early access. So, what's your roadmap for, say, like the next 3 to 6 months? What you got planned? Going on in the game?
So we haven't communicated a kind of a formal roadmap in detail for In-Depth, except to say that we are working very hard to bring it to full release this year. You know, much of what we're doing now is listening to our early players, taking on board their feedback, iterating, obviously bug fixing, but also just tweaking elements that become really clear as strong signals from the early player community. We certainly intend to add more content, other ways of playing through the game, but at the moment we're being a little bit gun shy about publishing a detailed roadmap until we kind of feel that we've taken on board the early signals and feedback from players. Certainly we have a ton of ideas for where we want to take this as a long-term franchise in VR, and you can imagine there's a bunch of different directions that we can go over the coming months.
Hundreds. I mean, as I say, we just playing it on the levels that we've got is fantastic, but yeah, more levels, co-op mode, come on, all those things, we'd love all that. But it's really good. Now, one of the other things now, we love asking this to the devs, and it's surprising what answers we get. So when you're not playing your own game, I don't know, you're very busy making this game, what other games do you like playing in VR?
Yeah, so I've kind of been getting a kick out of a game that came out a while ago, Super Kaiju. It's by a studio in Shanghai called Directive, who've also been doing some very cool AR work. They did a VR project that they released on Steam a while back, and it's just a super fun arcade kind of 2-player real-time game that has kittens that explode. So, you know, there's that.
Yeah. Excellent.
But you know, then you know, otherwise, obviously, everyone here at the studio has checked out the big AAA ports. So you know, Skyrim, Fallout, we're all kind of playing that before Christmas.
We don't like AAA games here. We definitely don't like Fallout 4, do we, Kermie? And Doom. We don't support those guys, because they've got plenty of money. It's the small indie devs is what we're looking at. Yeah, they're the people that are making the best games, definitely. Yeah, I mean, there's a place for large existing AAA games ported to VR, but ultimately, if this as a games medium is going to take off, you have to jump off into the deep end and originate for the medium, and that's what we've been trying to do as a studio since we started. say it 100 times to everyone. We're looking in the wrong direction. Yeah, the big AAA game companies, they're great for making PC and console games. They're no good for making VR games. We need to look at these indie devs like you and like some of the other guys out there that are making some fantastic games. And you are the future. You are the future AAA game makers for VR because you understand VR and you work in it. You don't concentrate on, oh, let's just make a cheap port or whatever. You are making games that actually work very well in VR. So I keep saying that, and you guys, it's not the first time I've said it, and I will keep preaching that because I strongly believe that in the future we will see your titles and other people's titles becoming the big games companies to look forward to seeing when they bringing out their next game. Right, okay, well, I mean, I'm going to stand here chatting otherwise, and you guys really want to know what game of the week is. So if you don't mind waiting there for about 5 minutes, we're just going to go and see what the game of the week is and what other games we got, and we'll be coming back. So let's go and check out part 2 of the show. Okay. There we go, guys, and wasn't that a very nice of Thor and the guys to come in and have a chat with us. Now, it's Game of the Week time. It is what you've been waiting for. And, well, it's the big one. Okay, so if you've just watched that interview with me, you will have heard me give my opinion on AAA titles and the future of VR. Now, our Game of the Week is one of those games that comes from a team that in the future will be the AAA title makers. Just like so far with the InDef and Survivor's team with Raw Data and SprintVector, these devs are really pushing VR to the next level. And basically, big gaming companies are looking a little bit embarrassed with what they've put out into the VR market against what these guys are putting out. So anyway, without any further ado, this week's winner out of early access, fanfare please, Kermit. I think he's done that. It is Sairento. Congratulations, guys. Never has being a ninja been so much fun. This game will go into the classic games for VR in many years' time. It is a must-have, a must-play, and a must-tell everyone about this game. With co-op mode and campaign mode recently being added to this game, it is just brilliant. Collect relics, upgrade your weapons, slice, shoot, destroy everyone around you. Just check out the game and you will soon see, like, basically, as soon as this show finishes, go out and buy this game. Let's have a look at it and we'll go back over and say goodbye to Thor.
Unauthorized access detected. Auto lockdown activated.
Can't read any of my contacts. Attacks are breaking out everywhere. Jacob, please respond.
Let's do this.
There we go, guys, and that was the game of the week. We know you're going to go out and buy it. It's just excellent. So it's time to say goodbye to our dev. So, Thor, very much appreciate you coming on the show and giving up your time. So good luck with In-Depth and everything else that's going to happen in the future. And we really wish you luck, and we'll keep an eye on you.
Thank you so much. It's just been a blast to be here. And, thank you to all the guys at HelixxVR for your early support around the project. It means a huge amount to us, and can't wait to bring you guys more updates and cool stuff coming along. I should flag that we have one of our first events happening very soon. So if you're an in-depth player at the moment, stay tuned. Look out for patches on Steam or Oculus Home. Some cool stuff is coming around the corner.
Exclusives there, guys. That's what we like to see. Yeah, you heard it here first on HelixxVR. Okay.
Fantastic. I also wanted to mention, just, as a token of our appreciation, we love to do some key giveaways with you guys. So, that would be our pleasure.
We love it when devs give us keys, because it means you guys out there that are watching us and supporting us, you get a chance to play this game as well. So tune in next Thursday and we will be giving in-depth keys away. So make sure that you enter those competitions. And don't forget, you've got to enter this week's competition, which is Cold Iron. And you still got until Sunday to enter that. And we've got keys for the Oculus, the Steam VR, and we've got keys to the PlayStation EU and North America on this one as well. So please, when you enter the competition, make sure you leave the comments in the box with what key it is that you want. And we've also got Doom VRF on the Sony PlayStation giving away. That ends on the 14th, I believe. And we've got the Get Creative, Get Fit in VR with Masterpiece and Box VR giveaway. They're all on the giveaway video, and we'll link them at the end of this video. So lots and lots of things to give away and that. So it's time to end the show with our mantra. I'm sure you know it because you're a big fan of our show, but if not, just wave your arms and everyone believes that you know it anyway. So guys, if you love what we do, don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, tweet us on Twitter, itch us on Twitch, smash us on Smashcast, discuss with us on Discord, leave us a steamer on Steam, and F us on FBook. Until next week, see you later.
See ya.